This really isn't just a story about shopping. What we're looking at here is a huge, seismic shift in our entire economy. And one iconic brand, Nordstrom, is right at the epicenter of it all. They're in this high-stakes fight for their very survival, and honestly, their strategy tells us a whole lot about the new and kind of brutal world of retail.
And that right there is the million-dollar question we're digging into. With that economic middle ground just evaporating, Nordstrom is making a massive, massive gamble. So is this a brilliant, genius-level adaptation, or are they accidentally tearing down the very brand prestige that made them a giant in the first place?
Okay, so to really get what's happening with Nordstrom, we first have to understand the world that it's living in now. This isn't just some business challenge they're facing, it's the end of a whole economic era, one that literally shaped how generations of us have shopped.
The simple reality is, the way many of us grew up shopping, it's over. The cost of living pressures, which are just soaring, have completely rewired our spending habits. That comfortable middle ground, where you could find good quality and it was still affordable, yeah, that's pretty much disappearing before our eyes.
This image, it captures the whole decline of the middle perfectly. The department store used to be the anchor of the suburban mall, right? But it was more than just a store. It was a social hub, a symbol of middle-class aspiration. And now it just feels like a relic of an economic model that just doesn't work anymore.
So if the middle is gone, where did all the shoppers go? Well, they've been pulled to two complete extremes, into something that economists call the bifurcation trap.
This slide just lays it out so clearly. The market has been torn in two. On one side, you have this hunt for ultra-premium status, for exclusivity. On the other side, it is all about rock-bottom prices and just pure utility. That middle ground, it's just vanished.
And there's actually an economic term for this whole phenomenon, the K-shaped recovery. It's a really powerful concept. Just picture the letter K. One arm shoots up, and that represents the wealthy who are doing better than ever. The other arm goes down, and that's pretty much everyone else, facing stagnation or even decline. For a retailer, this means you can't serve both sides with the same strategy anymore. You've got to pick one.
And this is where it gets really brutal for a brand like Nordstrom. Their entire identity was built on being premium, but also accessible, a step above average. But in this new, split world, average is a total death sentence.
So, this brings us right back to Nordstrom's choice. Faced with this trap, they didn't just tweak their business model a little bit. No, they placed a massive, company-defining bet on the bargain hunting side of that K. And if you look at the data, the story is just stark. Look at the explosion of Nordstrom Rack, their off-price outlet. Both its revenue and its store count absolutely dwarf the traditional Nordstrom stores. The Rack isn't just a part of the business anymore. It is the business.
And there's a powerful psychological reason for this. While the main department stores can feel kind of cavernous and empty, the Rack is thriving on this idea of the treasure hunt. It's that thrill of discovering a designer piece at a crazy discount. That experience is what keeps people coming back for more.
But here's the billion-dollar question, isn't it? When your discount outlet becomes more famous than your luxury flagship store, what happens to your brand's prestige? Are you basically just conditioning a whole generation of shoppers to see your name and automatically think bargain, not luxury?
And this all leads to the central conflict in Nordstrom's entire plan. They're trying to walk this incredibly fine tightrope, trying to be a luxury haven for the rich, while also being a discount paradise for the masses. They're trying to serve two completely different masters at the same time.
So on one hand, they are doubling down on the ultra-wealthy. They're rolling out these hyper-personalized services like The Closer, where stylists go directly to high-net-worth clients. It's a way to shield them from the whole bargain basement feel of the rest of the company.
Meanwhile, at the exact same time, they're building this sophisticated logistics machine that's really designed to do one thing: take all the unsold luxury items and funnel them directly to Nordstrom Rack, feeding that treasure hunt for the bargain hunters.
This brings us right to the fundamental question here. Is this sustainable? Can one brand credibly, authentically represent both ultimate luxury and deep, deep discounts? It's a massive strategic contradiction, and it's hard to see how it works long-term. So, as we start to wrap this up, what are we supposed to make of Nordstrom's whole strategy? Is this the new blueprint for how legacy brands can survive in this new economy? Or are we just watching a slow, managed decline, basically an obituary being written in real time?
The reality is, the future of retail might not look like Nordstrom at all.
The real successors to the old department store could be these smaller, highly curated micro-boutiques, or maybe those super nimble digital-first brands that can just dominate either the luxury or the value market without trying to be everything to everyone.
And I want to leave you with this final thought, because this is about way more than just one company. The death of the middle market, that place where so many of us built our sense of style and aspiration, that's a massive social shift. If our only choice is our extreme luxury or bare-bones utility, what does that really say about our culture and about how we define ourselves?